Hi everybody, welcome to the beginning of Porphyria Awareness Week, which is running from the 10th to the 17th of April. We have a really exciting week of different activities focusing on awareness and fundraising, and we really want you all to get involved if you can do. There's a big focus on well-being and connecting with others. In addition to the activities, we've got various Zooms that you can get involved with where you can connect with lots of different people. So let me tell you a little bit about myself for those who don't know who I am. I'm Sue Burrell and I work for the charity and have been involved with the charity for over 10 years now. I am a patient with acute intermittent porphyria, which led me to get involved, and obviously I'm now actively involved. So I'd like to introduce you to my sister, Liz. So Liz, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, Liz Gill, and I'm also an AIP patient, being Sue's sister, and I've been involved on an informal basis for many, many years, and now I'm involved with most aspects of the charity's work.
Lovely, thanks Liz. Do you want to tell me, and for people who maybe don't know who you are, a little bit about how you've been affected by your AIP?
Yeah, so I triggered at about age 19 and I was really severely affected in my early 20s with severe pain, sickness, recurrent attacks every couple of weeks, and really severe paralysis that has had a really long-lasting effect and lots of complications following that. So, Sue, do you want to give us a little bit of an overview of the same?
Yeah, so because Liz was already ill, I was genetically tested and found out at the age of 15 I had the condition, but I didn't have any symptoms till a lot later. I've been poorly with acute intermittent porphyria now for about 13 years, and I have suffered with constant pain, sleep problems, weakness, because I went into a pattern of recurrent attacks. So that's a little bit kind of about the journey that I've been through. So thinking, Liz, do you want to tell people maybe a little bit about what the hardest thing has been like for you to live with as a result of your porphyria?
Yeah, so I suppose it's changed over the years. I mean, in the early years, it was just that constant medical attention in and out of hospital, actually not really getting much of a chance to live a normal life in between attacks. Problems with venous access, lots of things like that. And it was just always present in every aspect of my life. I suppose nowadays, the main problem after a long recovery has been the kind of after effects of the paralysis and how that hampers me to kind of be physically active and get on with normal day-to-day life with that aspect, really. What about you? So what's been the hardest thing for you?
I think it's changed at different points as the journey has gone on with the porphyria. So at different points, the hardest thing was the constant pain, the weakness, being incapable of working, losing my job. Whereas now I think when I looked back at it, I think of the unpredictability of what it was like was probably the hardest thing. You couldn't plan anything. You couldn't carry on working. You never knew when the next attack was going to come. So I think the unpredictability and the pain were definitely the kind of the hardest things for me to manage, and the impact that had on not just me, but my whole family.
Yeah.
So do you want to maybe focus, if you can, on some of the positives of what kind of it's been like living with AIP? Is there any positives that you can take from it?
I suppose the main positive that I can take from that is an immensely close bond with my family because of the support that we've had to show each other over the years. And that's brought us all close together, undoubtedly. What about you? Do you think there's been any?
Well, I agree with that completely, obviously being part of the same family. But I think the other thing that I would say is after losing my job and losing my whole career and kind of a sense of purpose, the biggest thing for me is the fact that I now feel like I'm doing something good with all of the horrible aspects that I faced over the years. So being involved with the BPA as a result of that and the work that I now do, I feel lucky that I can help other people and I can really understand what they've been through too. Liz, do you want to see if you've got one piece of advice, if you had any, that you could give to other people?
So I suppose it's difficult to think of one thing really. I've probably got two. I think learn as much as possible so you can take control of your condition and be as informed as possible. And I think the other aspect is just don't punish yourself for not managing to always do everything. Sometimes there are times when you just can't, and that's okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so I think for me is the biggest thing is to connect with others, talk about what's going on, because actually if you talk with other people, your family, your friends, make them understand about what's going on. And I think that leads us really nicely into the whole campaign for Porphyria Awareness Week, which is Let's Talk Porphyria. So why don't you all try this week, if you can, to talk to at least one other person, whether that be a medical professional, a family member, a friend, or someone you don't even know properly, and tell them a little bit about porphyria, how you're affected, to help us raise awareness as the week goes on. So
That's
think
brilliant.
I think that takes us to the end of this little interview type discussion that we wanted to do. And I think the final thing that I just wanted to say is please get involved this week if you can. Help us raise some awareness, help us raise some funds if you can, and join us on the Zooms. We're really looking forward to having a really good Porphyria Awareness Week 2021.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.